I'm Jarilyn Fox. Thank you so much for joining us for today's segment of MBN TV. I am at the Power of Exchange in Plano with Toyota, and I'm so glad to be able to speak to Mr. Jeff Bracken. Jeff, thank you so much for joining us. Yes. So Jeff has wonderful stories. Great stories. And so we are blessed today. We'll get to hear one of his stories. So Jeff, can you just share with us, please?
Sure, be happy to. Thanks for the question. I've been in this role for about 2 years, responsible for Lexus here in the United States. And when I first moved into the position, obviously, like I'm sure many healthy corporations, there's a very aggressive multicultural advertising effort. But it didn't feel to me like it was moving maybe at the pace that it should, especially when you take a look at what kind of business diverse owners can represent of all of our business. So what we decided to do was sit down with all of our multicultural agencies, and I'll just use Walton Isaacson as the example here. Aaron Walton, one of the principals of Walton Isaacson, and I sat down and we thought, we know that we have a very aggressive position from an advertising standpoint in South Miami, but there are many other great markets, very well-populated markets that have wonderful diverse representation as well. But we were not in those markets. And when you think about, Lexus has been in this country for 25 years. Right. And here we are, this would have been 2014. And yet we were really only aggressively pursuing Miami. It felt very much to both Aaron and myself that we were really behind the curve. So it was really just a matter of me helping my team understand this is the direction we're going. And then, of course, we work very closely with our dealer partners. So as we go out and we sit down with our dealer partners around the country, certainly in markets like Los Angeles, Chicago, Atlanta, Detroit, Washington, D.C., New York, and many others, we need to have a much more aggressive, diverse representation when it comes to our market communication message from an advertising standpoint. So, sure enough, just with that kind of, focus, enhanced focus, all of a sudden, we are now much further along than just Miami. So now, so it's really been a gratifying move. The dealers certainly understand, that there's market opportunity that they've been missing, that they've been leaving on the table, and we're very much interested in kind of fact checking, our work. I imagine like your world too, right. And in fact, we are making greater strides. We're moving quicker as it relates to our diverse representation when it comes to ownership of Lexus vehicles.
Right. That's an excellent story. And I love the evolution of it, right? Anytime something progresses, it's a wonderful thing. Right. So tell us what's up next. What are some of the things that you would like to now see happen?
I think for us, it would be just more of what we've started, right? The markets that I've mentioned are certainly very important from a diverse representation standpoint, but those aren't the only markets where there's strong diverse representation. So I think what you'll see from Lexus is, and it may sound kind of overly simple, but the idea is to spend more money, right. To buy more media, to engage ourselves in activities, whether it's a fashion show or food and wine or whatever it might be, so that we are putting our better foot forward, right. Regarding multicultural activities.
Exactly. Well, that's wonderful. Thanks for sharing your story, and we look forward to following your story.
Yeah, very much.
Great. And thank you all for joining us for yet another segment of MBN TV, where we tell your story.